All right, shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops, a great millstone that rule well, that teach well, while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. And shalom to the 144,000 elect, the men, the prophets, the servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the Akwaf, which are the sisters that are sincere, and your children. Shalom. Right. And today's video, as you can see, is going to be going into basically things that are occurring around our earth. This guy's very good, his channel, for, things that are happening as far as with the currency and the food and things of that nature. Everything that's happening on the geopolitical level, this guy's channel is basically based upon that, so he's very good for, information and updates of things that are happening. So I'm going to read the title of his video. It said, news drop. Some of this is unreal. Breaking news, things that are happening around the earth, and this was uploaded an hour ago. So, we're going to get into it and see what he's talking about. Lord's will, I get a few scriptures to bag up the things he says, and hopefully it's edifying to you brothers and sisters that may come across it. So with that being said, we're going to get into the video, and I'm going to start out by saying this is under the 1976 Copyright Act, that I'm not getting paid for this video at all. This is only for educational purposes only. So with that being said, I'm going to say fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act.
These news awareness updates, please start this off with a thumbs up, as it helps this information get out to a lot more folks. Now, I know a lot of you guys have heard about this measles stuff, and some of us think it's a big thing, some of us don't. But the most important thing I can tell you is where it's being confirmed in the states that are affected. That way you guys know whether you want to be on guard or not.
All right, so you basically just heard what he said, so I'm going to get a scripture pertaining to that. We know that the Lord said in the last days there should be pestilences, and that's what that thing that you just heard him pronounce, that word measles, that, I really didn't want to say the word because we know how Esau is, but still, he already said it on the video, so why not? It is what it is. But, all of these things goes back into those pestilences that the Lord talks about, and I'm going to get a few precepts about those pestilences, man. This is what the Lord is sending, man, among these people, these plagues, ultimately to delete a lot of people. And all of these are the judgments of the Lord, man. Right? So this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. And it says, for nation shall rise against nation. Right? You have that going on around the earth, nation rising against nation, all of these different groups of people, race wars about to get ready to take place in America. You already got people all over social media saying these things are to come. It's a lot of internal things going on. And with DJT, he's passing all types of laws that's ultimately going to make it, and the Lord is the one controlling all of those laws in which Donald Trump are passing. As my favorite precept I always like to go into, Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart, the king, meaning his mind, these presidents, these people that are passing these laws and things, their heart, right, meaning their mind, is in the hands of the Lord, and he turneth it whithersoever he will and as he pleases. So the Lord is the one controlling these men, making them pass the laws that they're passing, making them intensify things in this earth, man. And it says kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. We're already seeing that happening, and ultimately that's what's going to come to America. And I think that's what he's going to get into in this video, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to see after we watch a little of it. But famines are happening and will happen, and they're going to happen on a large scale here in Babylon the Great. And pestilences, and that's what he's talking about in the video now. All of these are the tokens which the Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he left us to basically let us know that, these are the tokens for his sheep to, to look after, to know and see that these are the times in which we're living in, which is we're living in that time where the Lord is about to return. We just have a few more prophecies that need to play out, but we see those prophecies coming to fruition very soon, right? And it says, and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And you definitely had those going on. I just did a video earlier where you basically had a 7.7 earthquake that just happened in, I believe, Thailand, somewhere of that nature, over there. And they said over 100+ people were deleted. So, I mean, hey, the Lord is out here getting busy, man, while people out here playing, shopping, scoffing, and just living their lives in iniquity, doing all types of acts of sin and out here chasing the things of the world, man. The Lord is bringing forth judgment, man. And these bad times that the Lord has said are going to come upon this earth, these evils are increasing, man. So yeah, we're gonna get into this video and finish see what the guy's talking about. But yeah, things are gonna get worse, man. As a matter of fact, let me go to that precept before I even uh, get back into the video. I'm gonna play one more precept. Read one more precept. Salakia. Second Esdras chapter 15 and 49. Right. Right. And it says, I will send plagues, right? And that's what you see in the Lord saying, man. Plagues, earthquakes, all of those things goes into plagues. Jobs closing down, the economic collapse of Babylon the Great, America, all of these things that you see happening in this society, man. The stock market crashing, the dollar being in debt. All of these different things are plagues, man, because it's ultimately going to affect a lot of you people here in this country, man. Myself as well, obviously, but the difference between the men of the Lord and the people of the world, we trust in the Lord, and we know that these things that are happening are for the Lord to ultimately return. So we're not being affected as much as the people that's invested in this world, the sleep are, or the people that are in the congregation of the dead, these people that are not spiritually in tune to what is taking place around them. So they're gonna basically be in shock when all of these chaoses and things of that nature come to pass. But the man of the Lord has already been preparing us for these things for years now, letting us know that these things will take place. So we're not going to be surprised when it happens. Ultimately, we're ready for it to happen, But all right, it said widowhood, right? So widowhood obviously goes into, a lot of these women out here are not going to be able to have, Salaki, a lot of these women out here are not going to have men to protect them. That's why it tells you in the book of Isaiah 4 and 1 that every woman shall take hold of, every woman basically, Salaki, I believe is, let me go to that precept so I won't get it wrong. But I believe Isaiah 4 and 1 that 7 women take a hold to one man, some to that extent, roughly paraphrasing. But that's because, like I said, due to these things that are coming upon this earth, you see World War III about to start. You forgot that that Joe Biden, when he was in the office, he implemented that draft, man, right before he got up out of there. And guess what? It's still in law right now as we speak while Trump's in there. So, yeah, man, it's going to be widowhood due to a lot of these men, being deleted in the times of Jacob's trouble. They're getting shipped off to World War III to go fight in this war. So it's going to be a lot of women out here with no men, widowhood, which means, they're going to be out here by themselves, having to fend for themselves and things of that nature, So this is Isaiah chapter 4 and 1, where I was basically talking about going into that widowhood that I was speaking about in 2nd Esdras 15 to 49. And it says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. And the reason they're going to do that, because like I said, you're not going to have a lot of men out here. A lot of men are going to be either deleted, killed off, or they're going to be sent to that war to go fight, man. Or pestilences might take them out, or many other various things that the Lord is going to allow to come. But it's not going to be a lot of men. The only men that are really going to be here are the elect men of the nation of Israel. And this is what this is going into, that and the elect man of the nation of Israel, a lot of these women going to be flocking after the men of the Lord, man. These same women out here that's now scoffing, don't get me wrong. A lot of sincere sisters going to be with us as well. Lord's will, we be the elect. We're going to have a lot of sincere sisters with us as well. But obviously it's going to come to all of these women here in Babylon the Great, these women that don't need men now. But when these things begin to take place, these are going to be the same women that are going to be trying to flock to the men of the Lord. But if you are that 2/3 remnant, then the Lord you probably, it's over for you. You're going to be getting ravished by the troops and everything else. The Lord not going to allow a rebellious woman that won't listen to be with the men of the Lord. And that day you're going to have to be submissive. Trust me. And a lot of them will, but only the hopeful elect sisters. It won't be those 2/3 women, And it says in that day, I'm going to read from the top. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right. And that's what time we're going to come into. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of chaos and things of that nature happening. So a lot of these women that are not listening now, trust me, they're going to listen in that day. Or a lot of them going to wish they did, those that are still rebellious in that spirit. That's why the Lord is bringing forth a lot of judgment upon these women right now, as you can see. And back at 2nd Esdras 15 to 49, where I left off, it said poverty, so that's about to happen as well. You got a lot of these jobs, people being laid off. America is so much money in debt, right? Over almost $50 trillion in debt they are. So if you this in debt, man, you can't afford to keep all of these businesses and things of that nature, these chain restaurants and these places where all of these people work. You can't afford to keep these running when you're in debt, you know? So that's why you're seeing poverty happening. That's ultimately going to lead to the civil unrest as well, because a lot of people are getting laid off and not having places to work, man. So eventually these people, like I said, are going to take matters into their own hands. You know, that goes into what it talks about the second Esdras 15 and 16. You know, sedition among men, they're not going to regard the kings nor princes, because everything is going to be completely out of whack over here. Chaos is going to be ensued. So people are not going to be worried about, you know, they're not going to be able to feed themselves. They're not going to be able to clothe themselves. It's going to be all hell breaking loose out here. So people are not going to be listening to the government, right? And it says famine, right? And then where famine goes into, you know, it being a scarcity of food. We see all of these things happening already as well, dealing with, you know, the food plants that are being burned down. You got a lot of birds being infected with the so-called BIRDFLU. You know, that's affecting a lot of the crop life and the chickens and different types of animals and things of that nature. So all of these things that are happening, and this is all being orchestrated by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But ultimately, all these things are to, you know, basically make that famine, man, that's going to come. But as the Lord have said, you know, his men shall eat. Everybody that is not of the Lord's elect, man, you're going to be out here, man, you're going to be out here suffering in these times we're about to come into, you know. But the men and the sisters that are sincere, that trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you know, they're going to be obviously taken care of in these times, while everybody else out here is looking miserable, looking sad, wishing they would have listened to the words of the Lord when things were normal, you know. This is Psalms 37 and 25. And King David said, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. So, yeah, in these times of these famines and things of that nature, the men of the Lord and the sincere women, they're going to eat, man. Their kids, they're going to eat. They're going to be provided for. But you people out here that didn't listen, that was, you know, scoffing at the men of the Lord and not taking heed to this truth, while the time of mercy was, you know, basically when the Lord had that grace period going on and he was allowing you people to get this word, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you know, y'all didn't want to take heed of it. So, you know, a lot of you going to perish, man. And, you know, and I might have to go to that too. That's Hosea 4 and 6. I might get that. And Salaki, I'm going to get back to the video. You know, this kind of just a little, you know, what's called, but eventually I'm going to get back to the video. Right. But I'm going to get that Hosea 4 and 6 after I finish reading this precept. And it says, famine, sword, and pestilences, right? And pestilences, that's going into what this video is based upon, and a few more other topics that he's going to get into about how you got a lot of outbreaks of different diseases that are coming upon this place, man. And a lot of people are getting infected. And this is ultimately going to lead to those people that took that juice, man. If you took that juice, man, you're going to see that a lot of these people are going to start breaking out, getting infected, you know, having heart attacks. You know, a lot of these different things are already happening, man. And that's because you men and women out there, especially you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, because that's who it was really for you. That's why, you know, they was mainly pushing it in our neighborhoods. That's why they was mainly pushing it, you know, on the news. They had your favorite, you know, black celebrity, your sellout on the TV, basically pushing those vaccinations because they wanted you Jake to take it, man, because they knew that what they was putting in that stuff was to ultimately delete a lot of you. That's why you got people that are young, 13, 14, 15, having heart attacks. That's because of that stuff they put inside of themselves, man. You know, but the man of the Lord warned you, so you can't say that you weren't warned, you know. And it says to waste thy houses with destruction and death, right? So we know that the Lord is going to be the one bringing upon these evils upon these people in this society, man. You know, so all of these things that you see happening, earthquakes in diverse places, storms, hurricanes, earthquakes, everything that's passing by in America that's deleting multiple people. You just had like last week or the week before, a multitude of storms that passed through the Midwest and all down south, and even out west in California, they was having earthquakes and things that were deleting people. So, I mean, the Lord is doing all these things, man, you know. So I'm going to get to that Hosea 4 and 6 that I read about, right? Going back into why a bunch of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are going to suffer in these times we're about to come into, man, you know. And it says, my people, right? Meaning the Lord's people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which makes up the biblical Hebrew Israelites, right? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because thou hast rejected knowledge, right? They rejected the knowledge by rejecting the men of the Lord on the highways and hedges teaching his word. The men of the Lord, you know, starting with the apostles and elders on down, the great millstone that teach this word, been on the highways and hedges for 40 plus years. And the men before them, Abba Bivens and, you know, all of the other apostles and teachers, man, they've been teaching his words to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. So guess what? Y'all didn't want to listen to it though. When the doors of mercy were still open, the Lord was allowing his word to come out to try to reach you people. Y'all didn't want it. Y'all despised it. Y'all rejected it. Y'all scoffed at the men of the Lord. Y'all said that we don't want to hear that Bible. We want to hear something else. Y'all wanted to chase after y'all own lusts and things that y'all wanted in this earth, thinking that it was going to benefit you. But guess what? In this day we're about to come into that we see happening very soon. You already got Donald Trump. Basically, I don't know if it's true or not, but I uploaded a video and seen a post where basically Donald Trump talking about he gonna basically enable the invoke the Insurrection Act on April the 20th, and the Insurrection Act is martial law. So if he invoked that, then you already know that all hell's about to break loose very soon here in America. It's already you got EU and NATO countries basically telling their citizens do not book a flight to America, telling them basically don't even go to that country. So if they're telling all their citizens this, what do they know that we don't? That's letting you know that all of this stuff is being, these elites, they know what's coming, man. They know what's coming, but you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and people that are in this society, America, that are not listening to the men of the Lord. But y'all heard the word. Y'all can't say y'all didn't hear it, because the word is definitely going out to the four corners of the earth via videos, via, what else would you say? Via Salakia, via it's a lot of things via videos, men on the highways and hedges. So you brothers and sisters out there, you 2/3 of our people, you can't say that you didn't receive the word of the Lord, why it was given unto you, or why it was being made known. You just chose to ignore it. You walked past the men of the Lord, you scoffed at them, you looked down upon them, thought they were crazy, things of that nature. So you're going to wish in these times we're about to come into very soon that you would have took this word, you would have took in his word, that you wasn't lollygagging and playing and things of that nature, But it says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, right? I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. And one will say, how is the Lord going to forget them? He's going to forget them in these times by not providing for them. Like I said, I read Psalms 37-25 about how, when the famines and things of that nature take place, how these people won't be able to eat. But the Lord said that his men and the women that are sincere, that trusted in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and their children, they're going to eat, right? And let me go to that in the book of Isaiah. Furthermore, to prove that basically when all hell taking place out here, guess what? These people out here that didn't believe in the Lord, that didn't want to take heed to this word when they had the chime to and the chance, they're going to be out here suffering, man. Right? So this is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13. And it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, my servants shall eat, right? Servants, meaning the prophets, the men that have been teaching this truth, the same men that you people been tooting y'all noses at for the last decades, man, even to the times of old, back in the ancient days. The same men that y'all was, looking down upon in this society. The castaways, the people in this society look at as crazy and weird. Yeah, those men, those are going to be the men that the Lord are going to be taking care of in these days, right? My servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, right? But ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And you know why these people are going to be ashamed? Because guess what? They're going to know, right? Like it says in Ezekiel 33:33, for lo, when it will come, right? When these prophecies take place, they're going to know that a prophet have been among them. And these people, ego and pride that they are filled up with in this society is going to be brought low, because they're going to be like, oh, man, that guy that we was looking at, their ego is going to be hurt. The Lord said that he's, what that is, 2 Esdras 8:50, that for many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So when the Lord start bringing these judgments to come to pass, and all of these prideful ass people out here in America, man, when they see that the men of the Lord was actually telling the truth the whole time, they just didn't want to take heed and listen. They ass going to be looking sad out here, miserable, but hey, we warned them, man. And that's all that matters. The Lord going to get busy on you 2/3, man. But it said, behold, verse 14, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, right? We're going to be happy, rejoicing, because we're going to trust in the Lord in these times, as it says in Isaiah 33:6. How knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, roughly paraphrasing. So the men of the Lord, we're going to trust in the Lord to know that the Lord is going to provide for us in these times we coming into. We not saying we won't be afraid, of course, because it is going to be a lot of things out here happening. But we're going to trust in the Lord more than anything. We're not going to allow that fear to engulf us. how these people are, man. These people about to be scared out here, man. Wait till these blackouts start happening. Wait till ain't no Wi-Fi, ain't no internet. You're going to see how real animalistic that these people are, man. Because they're going to show their true colors when Esau, Edom start taking away these things from them that they've been so dependent upon. Well, and it's really Yahweh Hashem Yahushua making this devil do these things, ultimately to judge and get rid of these wicked evildoers, man, in this earth. Right? So I'm going to read again, verse 14. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow. All you 2/3 out there that didn't believe, that scoffed at the men of the Lord, that didn't want to take heed to this word when you had the time to do so, to repent and turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you're about to be crying soon, man. And it says, and shall howl for vexation of spirit, man. You know, and when you look up that word vexation of spirit, I'm going to go into it. We know what vexation of spirit is, but I'm going to look it up for those that might not know, right? And these is the spirit these people going to be in, the spirit of vexation, right? And that word vexation goes into, Salakia, I'm looking it up, bear with me. It goes into a state of intense mental or emotional distress, frustration, or annoyance, right? So these people are about to be in a state of mental or emotional distress, fear, right? That goes back into what I just read again, 2nd Esdras 8:50, for many great miseries, right? That word miseries goes into bad times, you know, and being uncomfortable and, you know, things of that nature, right? And the word miseries, I looked it up. It said a state or feeling of great distress or discomfort of mind and of body, right? Unhappiness, distress, affliction, suffering, hardship. And that's what's about to come upon these lot of people in America, Babylon the Great. Suffering, man. And it's all coming from the Lord, man. All of you women out there that don't want to listen to a man, don't want to take heed, don't want to be submissive, don't want to be who the Lord made you to be, your ass about to suffer. And as well as with you 2/3 ninjas out there that want to be gangsters and tough and all of that. Yeah, the Lord got something coming for you. It's called the draft. World War III. We're going to see if you ninjas tough when Esau Edom come snatch your ass up and put you in a van and go take you to one of these military bases. We're going to see if you're going to be tough then, man. All of you tough guys out there and you boss bees and you prideful ass people, man. Right? But yeah, I'm going to get back to Salakia. I'm going to go back to let's get back to the video. Salakia. I'm going to get back to the video. But yeah, man, that's what's coming for all of you people, man. You know? And all of you people that may come on a video and be like, oh, man, you shouldn't have said that, man. You know, you got to stop sympathizing with evil people, man. These people, the Lord is going to bring what he's going to bring upon these people, man. And there's nothing we can do to stop it, man. Ain't no you trying to sympathize with evil people, man, all of that, man. You can't serve two masters, as the Lord has said, man. And let me go to that as well, because a lot of you jakes out here, man, y'all think y'all can serve two masters. Y'all think y'all can be one foot in this truth and 1 foot in the world and thinking the Lord he gonna take care of you. The Lord see you wicked ninjas out there, man. You ninjas that are not sincere, that are not truthfully in this thing, you know, that's not trusting in the Lord sincerely, that don't fear the Lord because you're still trying to be friends with the world. The Lord got something coming for all you niggas, man. Right? This is Matthew 6:24 in the KJV. And it said, no man can serve two masters, right? You can't serve the world and serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It doesn't work like that, man. You either gonna, and I'm going to get furthermore down in the scripture, for either he will hate the one, right, and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. And that word mammon goes into basically money, the world, materialistic things, you know, and that's what our people think, man. You think you can be in the world chasing all the money, chasing all of the things that are against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, then think you can also be an Israelite and be in this truth, man. It don't work like that, man. You know? And I'm going to go to that as well. 1 John 2:15. And this can kind of turn to another lesson, you know what I mean? So, Salakia, I'm going to get back to that video, though. This is going to be a bit of a long video, you know? I just go wherever the Spirit lead me to, right? But this is 1 John 2:15 in the KJV. And it said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world, right? If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So all you ninjas out there that's playing like y'all with the Lord and saying Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and all of that, man, but y'all ain't really in this, man. The Lord see you niggas, man. And he about to bring judgment upon all you 2/3, man. All of you wicked, evil people out there, man, that don't listen, that's rebellious, that can't nobody tell you what to do, all of that. We know what the Lord said in Proverbs 15:10. Correction, right, is grievous unto them that forsaketh the way, and he or she that hateth reproof shall die. You people about to die, man. You know, And it's real, man. This is thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible. I don't care if you people watch this video, your feelings get hurt or whatever the case may be. The Lord about to bring death to you niggas, man. And it's long overdue, you know. Because I know how a lot of you people are, man. Y'all emotional as hell. So y'all get on the video and be like, oh, why he talking like that? Emotional, man. Lord about to get rid of you too.
We turn now to the measles, and we're getting new information about a
Back to the video.
who traveled on an Amtrak train. Well, they were apparently contagious as another state reports an outbreak. The CDC now says there were 378 confirmed cases in 17 states through March 20th. Morgan Norwood is here with more on that. Morgan, good morning.
Wait, good morning. Yes, health officials are tracking a rare breakthrough case of the measles in a fully vaccinated person that they say traveled one of the busiest train routes in the country. And this morning, we know Amtrak is reaching out to passengers who may have been exposed. Let's talk timeline for a second, because we know the patient from Minnesota had recently traveled overseas and then boarded the Northeast Regional 175 train from New York City to D.C. last week, visiting multiple locations before then showing up at an urgent care 4 days later. Now, experts say these breakthrough infections are rare, pretty uncommon, but vaccination reduces the risk of spreading the virus and severe illness.
But your guys' thoughts on that? Let me just hard pause here real quick. Put it in the comments. Do you think that...
All right. And y'all just heard what she said, man. She said, y'all, you got to be a fool, man. See, but, you know, you got a lot of jakes out here, man, and guess what? They'll hear that. And just like they did in 2020 when they stood in the line for you know what, they'll go take this as well, knowing that they didn't have side effects coming from that vaccination they took in 2020. They'll still go sit in the line 5 years later, like this stuff ain't just take place, and allow that devil to put another testing juice inside of them, man. You know, that's why the Lord said our people, like I read again, Hosea 4:6, our people perish for the lack of knowledge, man. They really do, man. And it ain't like the knowledge ain't given unto them, like the men of the Lord ain't telling them these things, man. That's what makes it even more, you know, crazy, because, you know, the Lord is telling them, man, that, hey, don't take that devil's vaccination, man. Don't take these things, his juices that he's implementing, man. He's going to come with more juices, man, because he's ultimately trying to delete and depopulate a lot of you jakes, man. You know, so don't be out there taking this man's medicine, man, that he's trying to give unto you. Because we know what happens to people that take that juice and what has been happening to them, man. They've been dropping like flies, man. So, you know, hey, be wise, man. As the Lord said in Proverbs 22:3, man, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and punished. And a lot of you simple ass jakes, yeah, you men and you women, y'all, man, I ain't even got to keep saying it. Y'all know what's about to come. I ain't even got to keep saying it. They know exactly what's about to come.
Thoughts on that? Let me just hard pause here real quick. Put it in the comments. Do you think that this is a gimmick to get people to get more vaccinations? Or do you think that people should be vaccinated against the measles all of a sudden because of this odd outbreak?
Why would they take it?
Now starting to spread across the United States.
Right? You got to understand that's why the Lord said, see, this is why you got to trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. You know, and let me get a precept for that. Because when you fear the Lord, man, the Lord is going to make you know everything to do and what not to do, right? So this is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7, right? In the KJV, you know, because when you fear the Lord, man, the Lord is going to tell you what to do and what not to do. See, a lot of these people, the reason they're going to probably eventually end up doing what the guy just said on the video is because a lot of these people don't trust in the Lord at all. They don't have the fear of the Lord. None of that. So they just walk around here doing the things that they think is best for them. And oh man, these people are really ignorant out here, man. Right? And it says, Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. But fools, right? People that walk after their own thoughts, people that walk after the things in which they want and what they think they need to be doing. You know, people that's leaning unto their own understanding, despise wisdom and instruction, man. Fools, right? And that's why you about to see a lot of them die, right? And it goes into, as well, I was going to get another precept, but, you know, Salaki, yeah, hopefully it come back to me, but, you know, I was going to get another precept, but it didn't, you know, I kind of forgot it. Lord's will it come back, though.
We got a map coming right up.
Vaccine is 97% effective, and most people who are vaccinated are protected. But remember, the measles virus extremely contagious. It can actually linger.
Oh, that's what it was. The water, right? So y'all basically just heard what the woman said on the thing about go and get you another another shot of Kool-Aid. Right? And I'm gonna get this precept just because it came to my mind. But you know, a lot of people gonna do what they do anyway, man. You can't tell a fool anything, right? But this is Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, right? Our enemy is Esau, even the so-called white man, as well as with these other heathen nations that are confederate against the Lord's people. It tells you about that in the book of, I believe, Psalms 83, how they have taken crafty counsel against thy people so that the name of Israel may be forgotten. So that is who the enemies are of the Lord's people, man. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So you see this man just keep coming up with Kool-Aid juices, man. And you know, a lot of you people ain't learned from 2020. Y'all gonna still stand in those lines and still gonna allow him to be, to be a test. Y'all still gonna allow him to test all type of things on you, man. You know. But you know, the Lord said he will hand them over to a reprobate mind. And let me go to that. You know, people don't want to believe the truth, right? They want to walk after what they believe. The Lord gonna give you over to a mind that is engulfed in nothing but sin and wickedness. So I'm gonna go to that scripture. Bear with me. All right. You know, you don't want to hear the truth? Okay. Salakia, Lord shall do over. Bear with me, brother. Salakia. Is this it? It could be. Let me see. Bear with me, brother. Salakia. Let me start from 27 through 29. Right? All right. And this is Romans chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 28. It says, and when as they did not like to retain Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua in their knowledge, right? Because a lot of you jakes out here, y'all don't like to hear the things about the Lord. Y'all don't want to repent, turn back to the Lord. Y'all love worshiping, Caesar Borgieri and false idols. Y'all don't want to turn back to the true power of the Bible. When men of the Lord try to tell y'all about these things and to do them, y'all scuff y'all nose at it. Y'all basically, revile it. And that word revile means to basically, have a disdain for something or to speak ill will against. So you people are against the Lord, right? So due to that, right? Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua gave them over to a reprobate mind, to those things which are not convenient, being, verse 29, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, and whisperers, right? And they keep going on, but I'm going to stop at 29. But that just goes to show you how, guess what? These people can know that, oh man, this man juices, his concoctions is not for us, but yet they'll still go and sit in line and to get this stuff. That's because the Lord has given them over to a reprobate mind. They can't think for themselves. These people have demons operating them. That's why they don't know what to do. Walking around with like chickens with their heads cut off, man. And that's because the Lord have given them over to this reprobate mind, due to how wicked they are, So yeah, I'm gonna get back to this video. We're gonna see a little bit more. Like I said, I'll probably make this video a little long today,
Up to 2 hours, and infects 90% of unvaccinated people exposed. Now let's zoom out here because this case comes as the measles numbers climb.
I'm gonna go back to what she said. Y'all heard that?
Linger in the air for up to 2 hours, and infects 90% of unvaccinated people exposed. Now let's zoom out here because this case.
Right, this devil never changes, man. Right, let me go to 2 Corinthians 2:11. This devil never changes. Ain't that the same thing he said in 2020? Oh, if you don't take this, then you won't be able to do this and that. You can be affecting other people as well. You see, this devil never changes, man. He does the same stuff every time, and people continuously fall for it. Right? This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan, right, meaning adversary, which is the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, and also can go, and it's a double entendre, which can also mean in the spiritual demon Satan as well. But we know the spiritual demon Satan in the physical is none other than Esau, Edom, so-called white man, should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So yeah, we're not ignorant of his devices, meaning his schemes, his tricks, his plots, his cunningness, his lies, All of those things. We're not ignorant of it, right? Yeah, you've been made, E. We ain't ignorant of what you do, man.
This comes as the measles numbers climb nationwide. We're tracking a new outbreak in Ohio where 10 unvaccinated people have tested positive. Health officials there this morning urging parents to vaccinate their children. But as for that D.C. travel alert, officials want anyone with symptoms to, of course, stay home, call ahead, and notify public health officials before heading to the ER or doctor's office. Rebecca?
Important advice. Okay, Morgan, thank you. So like I said, tell me down in the comments. I want to know how many of you folks out there think that this is a really big deal. I mean, if it's in the air.
Salaki, if you see this, man, well, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and you still out there trying to put this stuff inside of your kids, man, something's really wrong with you, man. That's all I'm going to tell you. Something's really spiritually, mentally wrong with you, man. If you really going to trust this man and allow him to put that stuff inside your kids, like he said. And you got a lot of people out here that's going to believe it, and they're in line right now getting it. But you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, come on, man. Why y'all continue to trust this man, seeing that he's the devil? Like, I really don't get it, man. People are just,
If you got a 90% chance of getting it, as what they say, that doesn't sound good. But who really has a lot of trust in this department of getting what they say that you need to get these days? That's another question. Now, this is the map right here. You can see all of the states that are currently affected and confirmed cases. So if you're in one of those states and you're concerned about this, I guess it's good to know. Now, before I get to the
and it's funny because I'm in one of those states. It says, and man, that's why, going back into what I said, that's why I went back into what I said in Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Lord. If you fear the Lord, man, you're not worried about what it is that these people are coming out with or what they're talking about, man. Because at the end of the day, we know that life and death is in the hands of the Lord. And if it's your time, man, you're going to go. Ain't nothing you can do to stop that. But we fear the Lord, man, and we don't fear Esau, Edom, and the lies he spreads, So I'm going to get another scripture real quick. Psalms 34:7. We trust the Lord, man. So when you trust the Lord, you don't really worry about the things that this devil is talking about, man. This is Psalms 34:7, and it said, "The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them." So this is what we lean on and depend on. We lean upon the Lord, having his angels encampeth round about us to protect us from whatever disease, whatever anything that might come to fruition, right? And also, this is also to instill fear in a lot of people to get them to take these things. That's why the Lord said in the book of 2 Timothy, 1:7. I'm going to get that real quick. Bear with me. This is a powerful precept. It says, "For Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua have not given us the spirit of fear," right? Because that's what this devil feeds off. He wants to feed off you people panicking, being in fear, thinking that, you got to take this, and all of that stuff, man. He feeds off that. He makes money off that. And it says, "But of power and of love and of a sound mind." So the Lord have given us the power of a sound mind, and that sound mind being not moved, not shakeable, right? We don't allow the things in which it is that this devil says in his media and things of that nature to move us, because we trust in the Lord and we know he's controlling all things, man, So yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Like I said, it was a bit of a long one, but Lord's will, it be edifying to you brothers and sisters that may come across it. Until the next time, I'm going to say shalom.